Hi everybody, I'm Jack Ginsecki, and joining me today is Auth.
Oh, that is me. I am Othko.
So Auth, what kind of content are you known for?
On my channel, I do a lot of, as of recent, I've been doing a lot of drawing streams. It's kind of like I use streaming as kind of like to do my, I guess, progressing work, my work in progresses. So I
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of, as of recent, the art streams, making music, and sometimes I do the occasional game. But it's mainly, I guess, work focused. It's like the process of creating stuff.
So can you give examples of what kind of stuff?
Yes. So I'm primarily a musician. My channel was started uploading.
Oh.
I started my channel uploading music and continuing to do that. So have kind of streaming as like a supplement on top of that, which is where I actually see me making the music. So some songs I'm working on in the background have actually started based on like say homework assignments where because I go to college for as of now, music tech. I was doing game
Oh.
design, finished that, and now continuing for a couple more years for music. And some of those streams were just me frantically trying to finish my homework on time. Because it'd be like, oh, four assignments due by next week, four compositions. Fuck.
Wow.
Oh, actually, that's my question. Am I allowed to curse?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay. I should have started with that. I unfortunately curse like a sailor on my streams.
Nah, it's fine.
So yeah, just like starting that music tech program, I'll just be like, fuck, I got four compositions, eight compositions this week due in 1 week. So some of my streams have actually showcased that and have gone to produce real songs.
Huh.
Usually when I think of like these kind of, oh, it's just a school assignment, don't take it too seriously or whatever kind of thing. I have opted to take it way too seriously and actually come up with some things I'm proud of. So that's kind of what I do on my channel.
So is there a do you play the instruments, or do you is this one of those things where you arrange it through a program, that kind of thing?
It depends because I can do both and I've done both. I'm myself am not very much of a multi-musician talent, but I do play the guitar and I guess by extension the bass as well with that ability. So
That's
that's my main instrument.
nice. So do you like is it like a MIDI controller kind of thing? Do you do that with the
No,
guitar?
it is a full-blown green Squire Telecaster that I plug into my audio interface and record. Just the
Jeez.
the raw input into the DAW.
Nice. That is really nifty. Yeah. I tried learning piano earlier this year. I had to stop, unfortunately, but I I now know how to play oh, what is it? Uh what's the name of that song? Who know who cares? But I
Like
I
classical or more
no, no,
modern.
it's a box song. It's the well-tempered clavier thing, and I'm blanking on the name and whatever.
So we should have
I know
had it in post.
I know how to play that one song very poorly and very slowly.
I've tried to learn piano myself, but it is a very difficult process. It's so much different from guitar, unfortunately, which is funny because I know how to read a piano very
Yes.
easily by nature of being a producer, working in the like everything's based on the piano roll. It's not based on the guitar's
Yeah.
fretboard.
Yeah.
I still don't even know the full guitar's fretboard. Everything's based around the piano, so I can read it. I could probably play any note you ask, but actually having to maneuver your hands like that, all five fingers, is such a struggle. I wish I could do.
Oh god, I wish I could do it too. So you said that you did a game program in uni. Did are you aiming to become a music producer for video games?
It. I am still in the process of discovering that. I. This is actually a, a good question because it's like what I'm always thinking about in my life is kind of like what do I want to do? What is the outcome of this?
Okay, well,
As of
how about this then? You at some point had this
Mm,
pie in the sky idea, this crazy idea of what you wanted to do with your life, and then you said,
mm.
"Nah, I couldn't possibly do that." What was that idea?
Um, okay, it's changed over the years. But when I
Go
was
for it.
really young, the first one was like, I want to be a manga artist. And
Oh,
I guess by technicality, I kind of did it, at least for a school assignment,
nice.
because I didn't start out with music at all. It was it how my creative process always like started is like I saw something and it was just so cool. I wanted to do that myself. And that began with like with anime and
Yeah.
manga. It's like I love this aesthetic. I love these things. I love that people can make it. I want that for myself. So then I picked up the pencil and learned how to draw.
Wow.
And that was supposed to be my thing, but and then over time though I just kept picking up more things like that's cool, I want to try that too, and I just kind of compounded since then.
Nice. Okay. So, kind of feeding into that, what made you want to be a VTuber?
um the similar idea is like I guess being a kid early on that didn't, I had friends but it was kind of like touch and go. I was very reclusive, which has gotten a lot better over the years. I just came out of a conversation with some of my friends earlier while I was making that pasta before the interview. But early on, I was very more reclusive, kind of just kept to myself. So those like people on YouTube or whatever, just YouTubers and streamers, I always looked up to that, to like something to aspire to, because I enjoyed what I took in, and that urge in me to create was like I want to try doing something like that. And after all these years, I've accumulated the abilities. I've learned how to make art. I learned how to do music. All these skills, everything's like I can probably do something with that now. So I took it upon myself. I learned how to rig. I learned how to draw, and then thus the model was born, and I took on VTubing.
Oh, so this is your model then?
Yes, this is my first model that I made myself.
That's awesome. That's a great model.
Actually, I lied. That's the second one. I
Oh,
did
okay.
one before for a friend. So this is the second proper one.
Well, it's still a great model. Even if it's not your first.
I may have trouble with memory.
Yeah, me too. Uh, so, how did you go about designing your character?
A lot of trial and error. I This is the second ever properly rigged model, but in the design phase, I did not know what I wanted, because I noticed like, all right, looking at myself to like other VTubers, they always have this like kind of concept of a character that they, I guess, play. I don't know. This is kind of like peeling behind the curtain. I don't know if
No,
that's
go for it.
right, but a lot of like their design philosophy is based around like the concept of a character, and they that character can be like based on themselves or it can be something completely different. It ranges, but it's always like some solid conceptual idea that has an identity. I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't know how to come up with that. I suck at coming up with names. So I took it more as like a character design challenge, or just like what's an interesting character that I could get behind, like I'm making for like an RPG or something, or just like a, I guess like a video game. It's
Yeah.
like this is the protagonist of this story, and I'll just kind of like embody it, and how much of that I guess correlates to each other as much as I can. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it's still something I can be proud of, because like, oh, that's my thing. That's something I made, and therefore I use it to represent myself.
That's the amazing thing about artists to me is that artists are capable. I don't know how the process works for how they are able to create and manipulate a image in their mind of what they want to do, because I have a suspicion that that's a lot of the roadblocks that people who want to become artists, that's the big roadblock, is actually being able to envision what it is that you want to
Mm.
do.
I do know some people in my life that it's like what is that aphantasia test where it's like, oh, can you picture the apple in your head?
Yep.
I've done that with my friends where it's like, oh, just picture the apple, and my friends like, bro, I don't even see the concept of an apple. It's like,
I
oh yeah, well I see the apple spinning in 3D right now.
Yeah. I don't believe them. I don't believe that they can't see an apple in their mind. I don't know. I refuse to
It
believe.
is it is difficult to imagine because this also like extends like, all right, how do your dreams work?
Yeah.
Because is are those like two senses that are related? You don't have the, I guess, imagination, at least like in the mechanical sense of being able to see the image in your head, but like do you still dream? It is something that is very intriguing to me. I like those kind of like, I guess, ideas. Like how does that work?
Okay. Okay. I'm just. This is just a random ass question. So you
Mm,
imagine the apple. What color is the
yes.
apple in your mind's eye?
Well, it's like all right, I can picture it for you right now. It is like the classic elementary school apple that is like you see the brown stem, you see the very inorganic but like default apple shape with the little highlight and the leaf coming out of it.
Yeah, like the red delicious. See, I always imagine uh, either because I'm from New Hampshire, and in New
Mm.
Hampshire, Cortland is king, so it's like a cross between a red and a green. So I'll imagine that,
Ah,
and or I might imagine a green apple, just straight up green.
see,
I
you mentioned the green and red. I just think of the that one Pokemon in Sword and Shield. I think it was.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that one.
There's one of the Pokemon in Sword and Shield. I think it's Sword and Shield. That is just a dragon type, but it's just a fucking apple that is like the green and red. You could tell
It's
they were starting to run out of ideas.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I noticed that with Pokemon, like the original ones. It's like, oh, I see what you did there. It's like a mouse, but it's electric. So
Mm.
but it's a mouse at the end of the day. And then later on, it just kind of got like silly. Like, oh, this is I don't know, a washing machine screw.
The the Japanese devs on their way to work realizing they're late. Fuck, where are my keys? Holy shit, I have an idea.
I should. And then you have like the Back to the Future thing. Hey Nintendo, you know that new Pokemon you were looking for? Well, look at this.
It is a national travesty. How the sense of, can you really say isn't the sense of Pokemon if you also think about it? In the beginning, they had the electric mouse, and then you literally your Route One Pokemon's like, here's a fucking rat. We got Ratatouille out of the kitchen. Here you go. Go on a fucking adventure.
Okay. Do you have any lore for your character?
Um, my lore for my character is kind of just myself because the previous topic that it is kind of just like a picture I designed that I used to represent myself. But one funny lore I do like that my chat has joked about occasionally is like, oh, what does the barcode signify? I just like to imagine the barcode is just like the Spotify link or something. That is the one bit of lore that I do have.
So if it's the Spotify link to a song, what song is it the link to?
Oh, if it has to be a song, I gotta choose. It has to do like the one song that banged the Telephobia. I had to make that like my default brand.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that song.
Mm. It is one of the song I'm most surprised that like kinda blew up in quotations as much as someone of my stature can.
Okay.
It like what the reason I'm at like the subscriber count that I am now is because of that song. Like the
Oh.
turnover was just crazy, and it's like, damn, people really love this song, which was a song that's kind of personal,
Hmm.
which is strange to say in quotations, but like the way I view my work is like kind of like a story, like I'm writing a book or something. But I don't tend to really make it like, oh, I had this terrible breakup and now I'm gonna pour my heart and soul into it. I kind of view it as like just a narrative with characters. But a telephobia was slightly different because it was like, okay, what is a topic that I feel like I know a lot about? So the reason that song is called the telephobia is because it is the fear of imperfection. So that idea is like I took that idea as like, oh, fear, severe fear of imperfection, irrational fear, and just making a song that's like, okay, I fear that I will never live up to the standards I've set for myself, and that everyone else is like exceeding my expectations. And I guess that resonated a lot with people, as I saw in the comments, and that just
I
it
mean,
it something clicked, and that now it's at like 300,000 views.
I mean, I've never heard the term telephobia, and it resonates with me very strongly.
It still resonates with me now to this day.
Okay, so what's your favorite moment from being a VTuber?
Favorite moment from being a VTuber? I was gonna take the cop out answer and be like, oh well, like the song, but no, that's separate. I guess I don't know. I have very terrible memories. I can't remember every little thing,
Oh, me
but I
too.
do like that. One of the streams I did was, oh, one funny one. Okay, there are actually quite a few ones, but one funny one is I managed to like use my heritage to my advantage on Cinco de Mayo. That Cinco de Mayo, I just had like a impromptu stream. I think it was just happened to be Cinco de Mayo while I was making a drawing stream. And I was wondering, like, should I do anything funny for this one? You know what? Screw it. I just spent most of the stream just talking in Spanish just for that day, and it kind of worked. It was a great practice because I don't natively speak the language. I am of Hispanic descent, but my I was kind of a very stubborn kid, which is kind of plays into the whole like, oh, I was a very reclusive child because I was just stubborn to let people be friends. So, but I eventually picked it up over the years,
Ha-
strangely through VR chat.
so you're saying you learn Spanish through VR chat?
Yeah, because I always understood it, but I never like could form the sentences because I never practiced it.
Yeah.
So during the pandemic, I think I was playing VR chat just at my computer. I didn't even have like a headset, and I got like adopted by a random group of Spanish speaking people, and for like a summer, was just like talking to them and like dramatically improved it. And then I used that on stream for Cinco de Mayo just to make a stream of entirely in Spanish, having to like translate what the chat was saying into Spanish, and then my thoughts back to chat. And it's just like one chat could be like, "What the hell is going on? I expect like Duolingo today."
I am positively envious. I wish that I could speak a second language. I tried for years and years to learn Japanese, and
Ooh.
I had an over 600-day streak on Duolingo, and the most important thing that I learned is that you cannot learn Japanese in 5 minutes a day. Uh,
Yeah, from my Japanese learning experience is very touch and go. It's a bit the same for me, but instead of like Duolingo, I got like really into it, but like not into it enough to actually learn the entire language. I got stopped at the kanji. There was just too many to memorize. But I remember just looking at so many videos and like, what is like the best method to learn this? And I had like an Anki deck, just like I for a good few months I was doing my like rotation of remembering the kanji
yep,
deck on Anki every few days.
yep. I'm in the process right now. I found this service of like uh, this guy on YouTube who teaches people how to basically it's learning to learn. And so that's kind of the thing that I'm going to give a try to next because my brain cannot retain information for the life of me. And if I am to ever learn anything ever again, I need to overcome this somehow. So
Mm.
I'm gonna give that a go.
Might need to roll that over to me. I'm curious what the idea of learning to learn.
I'll shoot you a link to the guy's videos. I'll tell you what, I haven't done the thing yet. I haven't done his course
Well, you
yet.
need to you need to watch the
But
video to be able to watch the video. You got to learn to be able to want to learn.
well, no, he has videos, but they're not the course. I am going to take the course. The videos, though,
Oh,
I'll tell you what, he talks an excellent game. I'll give him credit where it's due. He talks a great game. So we're gonna see if it's any use to me. Uh,
mm. It would be great to be able to learn like specifically what makes, I guess, the ability to learn tick,
yeah.
because looking back on like, I guess, my journey, I can't fathom doing it again. Like I get the farther along I've come, the more I see like all that it took to get there is like how, if I knew all of this was ahead, I don't
Mm,
know if I would have taken. Maybe I know I would have taken this step because like, oh, if I do this now, guaranteed I see where my endpoint is. That would be a great motivator.
mm.
But also seeing like, oh, this is where I want to be, and this is all the work to take to get there. I don't know how like little kid me was like, you know what, I'll do it, bro. It's been like a decade, bro. How?
Oh God. So, what makes you unique as a VTuber?
That is a very good question. I guess specifically in what I do, it is not the most unique, but it is the music that I make. I think is what makes me stands out because that is the only thing that can be like 100% me. That like
Mm,
a lot of people, like everyone can do streaming, everyone can play like games,
mm.
but the thing that I can take 100% pride in is like this is my expression, is the music I make, and I guess the art that I do, because
I
that's inherently a culmination of all my experiences and uniqueness.
I would definitely agree because I asked this question to a lot of people. I would say that if you actually are like a maker of some sort, not just a streamer, but someone who like makes art and you do that on stream for people, that is much more unusual, I would say.
Mm.
That's like a 10% characteristic.
I do it have found it to be a little difficult to do the music streams compared to the drawing streams though,
Mm.
because I've realized that it's difficult to, I guess, kind of like sit in the studio with someone. There's a way I think that I can make it work, but like seeing like someone try and do a riff for the 10th time, trying to like just hit the record, it's like, oh fuck, okay, gotta hit record again. Just hear the space bar clacking 10 times over. Because
Oh
with
man.
drawing, I can talk.
Yes.
With music, it is inherently audio. I can't really talk.
Oh
So I'm
God.
still trying to figure out that balance.
Yeah, and if you're singing, oh God, it's even
Oof.
like you just you could be singing and you could detect nothing wrong, and then you listen to the playback and you realize you
Mm.
were singing something wrong the whole time, and it's just
I
like
feel
ugh.
that so badly because I'm currently taking part in a chorus battle as like the producer
Mm-hmm.
for a group of people.
Mm.
But and I guess they kind of like roped me into like trying to do sing just like for the fun of it.
Mm.
So now I've had like experience like hearing myself. I already found it strange just hearing myself back after doing like the whole VTubing thing.
Mm.
It's like, oh, I can hear myself and like making a clip or whatever. That's weird. I'm not used to that. I'm talking to myself into the void. But then actually hearing like you trying to like hit a note, oh,
Ugh.
my soul dies a little inside.
Ugh.
It is horrific.
uh, okay. What do you hope to accomplish through your channel?
Through my channel, I definitely want to focus more on the music. I want to make more songs. I want to make more albums and collaborate with more people. That's
Mm.
the biggest. I just want to make the music thing happen. Cuz citing back, the reason that Telephobia did well, I guess, is cuz it resonated with people because of that like irrational fear of imperfection.
Mm.
What is also withholding me from being able to finish more music is that irrational fear of imperfection.
I think
It's a
that
chicken and the egg situation.
I think that my big problem is forget finishing, just starting to
That
do
too.
something is an enormous problem for me.
Mm.
Uh, I I can't read books because I can't even just pick up a book to read it. It's the most
My
bizarre thing.
My professor, my music tech professor, and also boss, because I work part time in my school, has ragged on me so fucking hard because of that same fucking thing. Where it was I work temporarily part time over the summer, just doing like preparing for the fall to be I don't know what you would call the position, but basically the kid that has the I get the keys maybe, and I gotta be in the studio to help the other kids who don't know how to work the studio.
Hmm.
And we still have me and the other hiree still don't know jack basically because we're starting the program, but it's to get a head start so that we can help the other students. Like, oh, I'm not getting sound out of my program. Have you tried turning it on? Basically that. So during that time, there was a moment in the beginning where we were getting like, oh, access to the admin room. This is like where the teachers have their lunch and like where some admin offices are. And they're getting all these packages, the music equipment, the cool stuff. It's like Christmas for us. I pick up a random magazine. I'm like, what am I getting a magazine here for? And I said something that like ticked him off because I think I something along the lines of that I called the magazine archaic, and he's like, motherfucker, one of the brightest students in this fucking school, you don't fucking read. And to this day, I've never lived that down. From the day, that was the beginning of my shift, the beginning of my scheduled time, all the way up till the end. He was holding that on. I will never live it down.
Little confession. All throughout my college days, I went to college for engineering. I almost never read the textbook at all. I
I
I can't believe that I managed to graduate with a master's degree, do having done as little reading as I did. It
I-
I trust the system less now for my having graduated.
it is the unfortunate byproduct of us being the modern generation. It's all
Yeah.
just Google it, just look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, ain't that the
Actually, no,
truth?
we're moving past that now. Now it's the ask Grok to do it.
Ugh.
Oh no.
No, no, it's
Don't ask the machine. It doesn't even know what fucking 1 plus 1 is if you tell it it equals 3.
yeah. Why ask Rock, why does 1 plus 1 equal 3? And it says you're right, 1 plus 1 does equal 3.
Grog, I would like to solve the equation. Why does 2 plus 2 equal 5? Great question. We'll love to tackle this on together. Just say the word and we'll get right to it. We'll cracking down this equation. Fucking shut up. Oh, the AI was such a problem in my school because the what I did before transitioning into that like music tech like job for the fall was the actually being a game programming tutor, which I was not qualified for. I just learned that on the job basically. I was I was basically the glorified classmate that was like, "Oh, we're in the same class. I did this problem too. I can show you how to get through it."
Well,
Unfortunately,
it's like the teaching piano conundrum. You just have to stay one lesson ahead of the students.
yes. That is what I had to do the entire time. But that would have been a great gig if the students wanted to learn. My actual like group mates for like group projects, they were basically knew what they were doing or they're like earnest to learn and trying to get through the problem. I highly respect those people. Even though we're like there might be like different skill levels, they're like giving it an honest try, and then I'll be there helping them whatever I can to like help them understand the concept. Some students, unfortunately, that came were not like that, and we're just like, oh, I had this problem, or what's the problem? Hit plan like doesn't work. Okay, what run me through your code. So it's like it's kind of like what on the lesson we did this. They basically just wanted me to do it for them, or it was
Yeah.
completely AI written. So
Uh,
it was just soft luck.
uh, just I I have no idea what's going to happen to the next generation, but I can tell you right now it's going to be really really bad. It's going to be like ground shaking, like the earth opens up and hell emerges from beneath. It's going to be really bad. Uh,
Hell emerges from the X servers, formerly known as Twitter.
let's be fair now. It's all AI. All of them are the problem.
Very true. So true, King. Spit your shit.
Let me see. Who is your favorite streamer, and
Oh,
what might you talk to them about if you met them?
that is a good question. I don't watch a lot of streamers regularly, but the ones that I'm very like acquainted with, is actually not a YouTuber. Not a VTuber. It's I guess I don't know if you say IRL streamer, but my favorite is Northern Lion. Has been consistently Northern Lion because of his he just has a way with words I can only aspire to have. It is so I don't even know how you describe the way he speaks because it is like it is a word salad that has meaning, but it's also a word salad that is purely just spouting bullshit, and it's like paradoxical the way it can simultaneously be motivating and just comedic.
Wait, hold on. I feel like uh, hold on. I just want to check. So his name is Northern Lion. Oh my god! I'd never heard his name pronounced before. I've been calling him Northernilian.
Oh my god, I have validation. When I first saw his name, I was so I never heard someone say it before because all his chat just keeps calling him NL. So I'm just like, oh, it's just that's like I thought you could. I could have put my soul on it. I thought it was Northern Ilian, and then I saw it was Northern Lion, and my whole world came crashing down.
Yeah, but I've seen some clips of him. He's pretty funny.
What
Uh,
would I say to him though? What was the question? What would I?
what might you talk about if you had met him? Maybe you had a question or something like that, or you have a topic that you would like to hear his thoughts on.
I would love to know how he. Okay, wording it almost makes it sound depressing. It was like I was gonna ask, how do you get up every morning? But no, it's how does one, I guess, remain an entertainer so consistently for such an extended period of time? Because it is because like something I've noticed that is one of my weaknesses, I guess, is that I can struggle to just like be person talking to camera. I gotta be entertaining and whatever. Always like keep something. It's the modern generation. The attention span's gonna go. You gotta always have something to say to like hook them in, and he has been doing this for decades. Well, I don't know decades plural, but like over a decade, just playing Isaac or whatever, and always has something to say, and has been doing it like how like a full work week basically, like nonstop. How does one, I guess, build that kind of character, build that kind of I'm failing a vocabulary word, but it is an impressive feat to be able to do that for so long, so consistently, without like ever running out of the tank.
I mean, the cliched piece of advice that you hear, and I shouldn't say cliche because people have because I asked the question. I'm gonna be asking the question later on about what advice would you give to someone who wants to be an entertainer. A lot of times people will say just talk,
Mm,
and it is admittedly a bit cliche, but also I think that there is an element of truth buried in it, in that if you start off and you're just saying absolute nonsense, eventually something profound will come out.
mm,
Eventually you will get to a place where you are able to say actual things all the time, and you'll build up like a tolerance for it.
mm,
I have a suspicion that that's kind of the way it works, that you just keep going and going, and even if you say like some crazy like speaking in tongues stuff, blah blah blah, that that sort of thing. Eventually, you will get to a point where you're able to just start going, like saying profound things or saying things that mean literally anything. Uh,
Because it's very I noticed very different from just like talking to friends or whatever. Um because I noticed though another reason this kind of is a difficult thing, the relationship I have with my friends is kind of the opposite, where I am the chat and they're the speaker.
mm,
Where I have a friend who sometimes it just feels like they're talking at you because they always have something to say. But there's always something going on, something at work that pissed them off, and it's
mm-hmm.
like, oh my god, I was about to get fired today, and we're like, what happened? He's going, and it just summed up to like, oh, he wasn't gonna get fired for shit. He was just really angry because the checkout person was asking like, why do we need the employees help with codes and whatever? I just want to check out this lettuce.
At this point, I am totally. I think that like if you asked me a decade ago, I would have been bored like having to. But at this point, I'm like, yes, talk all day because it means that I don't need to say anything.
Exactly.
Oh boy. So, what might you see a VTuber doing that would make you instantly want to watch them?
That is a good question. Hmm, I don't know. I'm thinking like, okay, I'm sitting at my homepage or whatever. What is something that's gonna entice me? Maybe I don't think I have a good answer for this one, but something that could get my attention, that has got my attention, is always like the clips of just like, it's a game you like or whatever.
Mm,
I will eat up anything related to like Xenoblade or Persona, but especially Xenoblade. I don't hear enough people talk about that fucking game.
mm.
That whole trilogy is like one of my favorite games of all time.
I've never played Xenoblade. What's it about?
Um, well, I guess depends on which one. A it like itches the back of my brain
Hmm.
because it is a fantasy game,
Mm-hmm.
which with all these isekai coming out could probably get stale, but it doesn't get stale because it has like it always like kind of trips you up with an element of sci-fi that you were never expecting, which could be a spoiler,
Hmm.
but like there is such a lore to this world that is heavily rooted in sci-fi that I adore because I love sci-fi as like a genre. Like one of my favorite games being Xenoblade has a sci-fi element, and my favorite anime being Steins Gate, which is all
Mm-hmm.
fault time travel shenanigans. But
I
and
I still need to watch that show.
you should fucking watch. I've been trying to get my friends to watch it. I convinced two of them to sit with me to watch all of season one again.
I will tell you what I have a group of friends I watch anime with. Uh, the next thing on my list is oh, what's it called? Bocce the Rock. But after that, I
Oh,
will put Steins Gate on the list.
Bocce the Rock is also a good one. I I notice I don't tend to watch a lot of like the slice of life like that. There's
Hmm.
some like Bocce the Frog, absolutely fucking gem, but I've leaned more towards the, I guess, drama. I would
Hmm.
say something that has like a really good story. I love a good cry. I
Yes.
love a story that can make me cry, and like Xenoblade and Steins Gate, those two like fit that itch as well. It is
Hmm.
something that's so deeply emotional, seeing like their strife and everything what they had to work through. They eat that shit up.
I let me see. There are a few series that like they have that itch where they scratch that itch where it's like they hit you deep in a place that you didn't even know was there. Like sometimes like if you for example if you have a show where like children die or something like that,
Mm.
like Erased, if you've ever seen that one.
Oh, fucking array! I
Whole
did like that one.
Holy crap, that messed with my head. I needed like a week just to deal with the effects of like that one episode. Uh, and then
Oh,
you
you can
had
imagine my head as a like little 12-year-old boy, or if not younger, in like middle school, watching Steins Gate for the first time, which
Mm,
very much has a similar thing. Bro, that was a formative experience. That I'm convinced that has like shaped me in some fundamental way as
yes.
for who I am as a person to this day.
Yeah, it's wonderful what anime can do. It's incredible to me how it can have that sort of profound impact on your life. So, what advice would you give? We already covered this partially. What advice would you give to someone who wants to be an entertainer?
Mm. I guess I'm still on my journey for the VTubing aspect, so I guess maybe more so. I guess I'll take it from more like the music and artistic approach.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of what good advice can I give? Maybe steal. Boom. That's a classic one people say, but it is true of like well there's multiple ways we can take that, but the other one's probably not allowed. But there's so many pieces of artwork out there that you can take, like everything that you take in can be used as some sort of influence, some even
Hmm.
things that you can't see right away can be taken in as influence. So I guess that's something I would like to give example. I was doing research. Like to dabble in a little writing, or like the
Hmm.
idea of writing, because it still had to. I'm in the process of like world building a whole narrative, and some ideas I'm like, I want some sort of what's like a mythological system or whatever that I can use to maybe like inspire characters. There is in Persona, you have like the tarot or something.
Hmm.
That's one of those instances where like you might not see the correlation, but what Alice was able to do is take the idea of the tarot card, was able to use that to inspire like whole set of characters, 22 characters for like each fucking game, which
Hmm.
is crazy. I think I googled it. It's like there's no way there's actually like 22 characters for each of the fucking tarot. There is, at least for two and for two for 3 and 5.
Hmm.
But and even beyond that, something more literal is like there are so many artists out there. There are things you like, and you can definitely take from each of those things to make something your own. Because there
Hmm.
is truly nothing original in this world anymore.
It's
But I
true.
feel like a lot of artists can get hung up on that, and therefore be like, oh, I had a friend that was like that, that who always was making something and then to be like, oh, that's kind of like X or it's kind of like Y, and be like, fuck, now I can't use it anymore because it's already exists. It's like, no, it's fine. You're just feeling that itch. Is like it's been done. I'm derivative now. It's all garbage. No, there's still a way to make it unique. You just
Hmm.
need to be able to know, I guess, the difference of what is like straight up stuff and it's like this is derivative, or what's like this can just be inspiration. There's more things you can do that makes this unique in your story, because there's never going to be anything original anymore. We are 2000 years into civilization. You're done. You're never going to get that. Everything can be fucking dumbed down to the hero's journey and whatever if you look hard enough.
Charlie Kaufman got close, but no, it's no. There's oh, what was I gonna say? I lost my great point because of that pretentious quip. Um, but no, I've always been of the opinion that it doesn't need to be totally original. What you need to
Mm,
focus on most of all is making it good. And if you put
mm,
all of your energy into making your work good, then the originality, or at the very least, the feeling of originality, will come forth from that.
mm.
That's just my opinion, though. I'm not that I would know. Um, what was the first anime that you feel really connected with you?
Oh well, we I guess we already touched on this one.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely,
Steins Gate.
Steins Gate is like I guess as a as a Hispanic kid, I'm obligated by law to study the Bible. That is Dragon Ball Z,
Yes.
but but like the anime that has like touched me the most in my life is Steins Gate, hands down, because of just it. Like I feel like watching what that protagonist, what Okabe Rintaro went through throughout that whole journey, it like taught me something about perseverance. And it is, I don't. because I mean, I feel like I mentioned talked to someone about this before, and they kind of went like, yeah, of course, every fucking like protagonist has to go through issues, which is true. There's always going to be conflict in a story, but just like the level of conflict mixed with like very intellectually stimulating ideas, like the whole time
Mm,
travel and like the real science behind it of how it could hypothetically work, and
mm,
then the infinite stack of odds against the character, and yet still somehow being able to come on top of that. And this, in spite of all the strife that he did see, all the people that died and everything, fighting that made me cry so fucking hard. And then like, so like after that, my brain just flipped, and it's like you can do anything,
mm,
and that's like buried into my mind.
mm. So, um, changing gears a little bit. At an
Mm.
Idol concert, would you be in the back row or the front row?
The front. This is actually a relevant experience because it's not exactly an idol concert, but they're my idols.
Mm-hmm.
Just the other day, like a few days ago, I went to my first concert ever,
Oh, nice.
which was a Muse concert because I have
Oh.
two favorite bands that are kind of tied, and that's Arctic Monkeys and Muse.
Hmm.
Those are a lot of my inspirations for some of my songs and everything. What that I do, I love that genre of like rock. So when I realized, oh, Arctic Monkeys doesn't like perform anymore, I had like a realization. All the bands I like are like ancient history now in the modern days
Dude,
eyes.
you have no idea. I have the oldest taste in music. No, literally nobody my age, or younger, has my taste in music. You want to know what my favorite band is? Okay,
What's your favorite band, Jack?
you're a music geek, so you may have heard of this band, Steely Dan.
Oh wow, I don't think I've ever listened to a Steely Dan song. I only know properly of Steely Dan because of Northern Light.
Oh God, I'm
Like
I'm
it's
I'm ancient. I'm
no,
only
man,
33.
man, you're
I'm
all
only 33.
oh
Everybody who
my
likes
god.
Steely Dan is in their 70s.
I'm afraid to say you might be cooked.
Yeah, oh, I was cooked long ago.
But yeah, in the idea of a concert, I know
Mm,
when I went to get those tickets for Muse, I had that epiphany. It's like I'm maybe never gonna see an Arctic Monkeys concert in my life
mm,
unless they suddenly come back together.
yeah.
But I have the chance to see a Muse concert for it's just a rare occasion that it
Mm,
happened, and it happened near me. So obviously, if I want to take this event in, I gotta be at the front. I need to. There's no point. There's almost no point if I'm not there to like, I guess, take in all of it, and all
mm,
of it includes like being front and center,
nice.
which I was lucky enough to get. Sad that I did get it, kind of, because it felt too easy. Because I was doing this like mad early. Because like for it to be so easy for me to have found like an event near me by chance, and then when it was fresh, it wasn't like it was taken up right away like it's a BTS or like a Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, these are readily available.
Oh.
They shouldn't be. I want people to like my band.
Well, no, I like Muse. I know quite a few songs by them.
Mm.
I actually sang a karaoke of Starlight recently, and I love that song.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh, I don't know nearly as much of the Arctic Monkeys, unfortunately. I only know the song, the song
505,
that the song.
505.
What?
So I was gonna say like what are like the really popular one, 505. I don't know, don't sit down because I moved your chair. There's another. No, I'm thinking of another one.
No,
It's like
the big song by Arctic Monkeys, as far as I know, is "Do I Want to Know."
that one. That's like
Yeah,
what the one that was in like Call of Duty or something.
yeah, that was the big one. It got the music video with like the sine wave. What do you call that?
Mm,
The thing, the
yeah.
the music thing. Uh, uh, yeah, but no, but Muse is a great band though. They kind of do some weird stuff that I appreciate. Uh, So, can you describe your experience in the front row?
Oh, I unfortunately didn't get to go into the very front, but it basically felt like the front in
Mm.
comparison to the stadium because it was like there might have been like 20 rows in front of me or something. Like it was there. I was like dead in the center. I was the very corner seat that I got like everything. It was fucking phenomenal because I didn't know what to expect because I never been to like a proper concert before. I've been to like so my parents used to take me to like these like Puerto Rican or Peruvian festivals that have like all the blasted music or whatever that like your whole body is shaking. So like I'd experienced something like it, but I never experienced that for like something I enjoyed because
Hmm.
that's like oh I enjoy that the Hispanic music because it reminds me of like my family. That's like
Yeah.
oh that's my culture. But
Hmm.
this was like, oh, this is songs that have like inspired me, songs that I've like listened to at work to get through the day. These are songs that just like hit the right spot. And then you actually see it performed live in front of you. Like I made sure to bring my glasses because I'm blind as shit
Hmm.
because I needed to be able to see them and actually like being able to make out their face like, oh, this is the person I idolized, and they're fucking in front of me. And they're doing this performance with all these pyrotechnics, lights that were blinding as fuck. And sounds that would have been deafening. Which so I made sure to get my earplugs. I can't lose that hearing as a producer.
Yeah.
But it felt like if um if it went on any longer, I feel like this is the moment in the anime where like the fucking character is like realizes what their life path is. That's what it felt like. Like the
Hmm.
visuals and everything. It's like this is the moment where in like what's that one the anime movie the Uma Musume movie with the
Yep.
Tachyon and everyone
Okay.
like the protagonist I forget what her name was uh but like when she saw like the horses running and like the metal flying up in the beginning of the movie and it's like she
Hmm.
knew what she had to do, that's what that felt like because it was just amazing.
Nice. I will say I'm glad that you got to see one of your favorite bands in concert because, for coming from someone like me, I mean, first of all, there are two members of Steely Dan. Half of them are dead. Uh,
Oof. Oh no.
and if we're talking about Chicago, technically they're still around, but all of the original members, maybe the trombonist is remaining of all of the original. Yeah,
Oof.
and the most modern band I like is probably Daft Punk, and they broke up.
Oh my, that is a series of unfortunate events.
So I have nothing. I have
Don't
nothing to
worry,
look
build a
forward
time
to.
machine and we'll get right back to it. You'll see him live.
Oh god. So, who is an anime character you wish was real?
Mmm, that that is a good one.
Hmm.
Oh, I damn, I've never thought about it like that. Because I'm trying to think like what would be like a good. I'm taking this kind of like those like would you rather like the press the button
Well,
hypotheticals. Like who was someone that would give me a great
yeah.
advantage?
There are characters that I like, but I would not want to be real.
Hmm. There are people that like Sukuna. You motherfucker wouldn't want Sukuna to be real.
The first thought that came to my mind was, and I don't think of Bleach very often, but this thought came to my the Kenpachi Zaraki, I think his name is, the
Mm.
the guy with the crazy spiked hair and the little girl that rides around with him. He's a scary motherfucker. Uh, I don't want him to be real. I like him, but I don't want him to be real.
Get me all of Kesuko band so I can have my own band. Boom.
Nice.
I'll be the secret fifth member. 'Cause that is something I would like to do. I was briefly in a band in my old college's music club, and we did come up with some songs, but unfortunately they never released. I would like to one day like kind of properly be in that, but I feel like it's gonna be a long while because I don't think that's not really something you do on a whim. These are like people that like that you really enjoy working with. They're everything like that. It's like basically making your friends. Basically saying I wanna have friends in the future. It's like I can't like buy them. You can't just be like, "Hey, I'm looking for friends. Here's my recruitment form." Though you can kind of do that for bands, but
Yeah.
it would probably be something a lot more intimate, I imagine.
Nice. Uh, would you rather go to an enormous convention or a smaller one?
Mm. I think enormous one, because I think by nature, I feel like this question is like trying to weed out the people. Are you more anxious or are you more brave? But in my mind, I'm looking at it as like smaller convention, less opportunities. Bigger convention, bigger opportunities. And not necessarily like trying to capitalize on the moment or anything, but like specifically, oh, this is a bigger convention. There's gonna be more cool shit to see. Obviously, I'd want to go to the bigger one to see the more cool shit compared to the smaller one, which I guess could have like a more tight knit community. But then that depends like what you're going for to specifically for the thing. And I would probably more so be going for like maybe hanging out with my friends where like, oh, there's a convention here, there's gonna be a lot of shit, there's a lot of this cool shit we grew up with is gonna be here, let's go. That would be my mindset.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to a big convention myself. For in the
Mm.
next month, I go into Anime NYC. I'm going back.
Oh.
Year two. It's gonna be wild.
Mm. I don't know what to expect from conventions because like you asked the question. I've been to like some local ones, but I guess I don't know necessarily what is it all has to offer. I haven't experienced like the big ones.
Huh. So you've never been to, well, do you like, what's the largest convention? Do you have like a estimate of the number of people?
Might have been like 100 maybe.
A
That
hundred
there's
a hundred people at the.
actually there's it might have been more, but it's I'm thinking of like the first one I ever went to. I made my dad take me, and I remember I bought like a Deku Funko Pop, and I didn't even like my hair made me that much. It's just like, oh, this thing that I was enjoying at the moment. Uh, I've been to like card conventions. Those were kind of neat, though I'm not like that big into like Pokemon or the other ones like that. Recently into Magic, so that was more interesting. They had Soldier Boy at the convention. I remember that being really funny because me and my friends were just like, "Oh, this is a random ass local convention in like a community center by us. Why don't we go?" And it was, we were. I feel like we were specifically there to see Soldier Boy because it was just such a wild idea of like, what do you mean in card, uh, this random ass card convention where we're like trying to haggle the people to give us the OG Japanese price of this Jigglypuff, and then you just see Soldier Boy actually performing Crank That.
It's kind of like one of those unusual moments you realize that celebrities are real people too with real interests, like when you see the
Mm,
clip online of Henry Cavill talking about Warhammer.
mm.
It's like, oh wait, they like things that I like too sometimes. This can't be. They're supposed to like live on a separate planet from me.
Like in Mythos or something. They're supposed to be like legends.
Uh,
That's how I
okay.
felt seeing like Muse live is and just like the other bands because another a shock that I wasn't expecting was to see I forgot concerts can have like openers. So I was surprised to see another band I recognized. Like for there was two other bands. The opening band was the Temper Trap, which I didn't know who they were. So I guess I got to learn about them then. And then the next one was Block Party. And then I just like see all the members because I've seen like the members of Muse in like pictures or something. So I knew what I was going for. But I had that like, oh, like surreal like realizations like, oh yeah, Block Party is like fucking people. These are just random like people from the UK that exist outside of their music because I'd never seen them. I never put voice to face or any of the members to face. So that was is like, yeah, they're just real people and they're like right there. They can hit that shit. They're singing and it's there. It's working.
Yeah. It for whatever reason I just thought it. Have you ever had the experience of hearing that your one of your favorite bands was playing, but they were the opening act for a band that you liked less.
I've I hope to I guess I hope to never have that.
I will say I have heard of that phenomena.
Well, I
Uh,
guess that can't be a sad thing because if you're going to see another band and then you get jump scared by your favorite band, that's just a plus. It can't be a
yeah,
minus.
absolutely. Okay. Which game did you have the most fun playing on stream?
Oh, in there are two scenarios that come to mind. There was I guess I had a kind of open tournament in Guilty Gear with with viewers,
Yep.
and I had like a whole like the Discord call, and then people could join in, whatever. That was really fun because then I got to like really talk with other people and just like play fighting games because I like fighting games, but a lot of my friends don't or never about feel like playing because
Nice.
some of them are not as competitive as me, and the other ones that are just never really feel like it. So I really got to like enjoy the fighting game experience and then get my ass whooped right after. But so that one was a nice game to play. But the other one was a excuse me, I'm like about a hiccup. The other one was a collab I had with a friend of mine who we had like a competition basically. It was I titled the video game triathlon. So it's kind of cheating because it's multiple games,
Yep.
but that was really fun. Like just trying to do like the friendly competition, and I was for some reason I have a really big fascination of playing the villain, so I was just antagonizing him the whole time. We had like what was it, Magic the Gathering Online into Guilty Gear into Halo, and so just trying to get like I guess the most wins in each of them to declare who was the winner, and then we both ended up losing because another friend ambushed our Halo game and became the tiebreaker, and he won. So we both lost.
Oh God. Oh man, wouldn't it be great to crash someone else's party and then just beat them at everything?
Man, that should have been me.
It should have been
Should have
me.
been me, not him. It's not fair.
Okay, on to the random questions. What's a song?
Oh.
What's a song that you would crank up if you were driving?
Uh, always a good time cranking up 505 before work. I do this regularly where I'll just it's not even a far drive, it's just like a 5-minute drive, but it's mandatory if I'm in the car by myself, I am cranking that shit all the way to work or wherever I'm going. So my rotation of recent has been Sunburn by Muse. So that is my answer.
Nice. Uh, what's a new experience you've had recently?
Ooh, I had a new bad experience. I already mentioned the concert, so that's a
That's a
cop
good
out.
experience. I
That's a
hope.
good experience. That's a good experience. The cop that but that would be a cop out because I already mentioned it. The new bad experience. Eh, okay experience. It was my brother's birthday a few weeks ago, so we went out to eat as a family to celebrate.
Yep.
We had been eyeing this place that was like I think it was some Chinese restaurant. I
Oh
almost
dear.
gave out the exact name. That's how I'm like censoring myself. It was a Chinese restaurant, but it felt like a very natively Chinese restaurant, I guess. I have
Yes.
no perception of what a native Chinese restaurant is,
Oh
but
dear.
if I had to guess, it would be this because I've never had service like this, where it was just it felt like a school lunchroom because there was just everyone minding their own business, whatever, just in this crowded room that's loud as hell, which is fine. That wasn't the weird part. It was that like they just had people like coming in just with random food. It's like you want this, you want this, you want this. Here, okay, and then they check off a paper and then they're gone. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought there was gonna be a menu. What the fuck is this? That was just confusing. But the bad experience was there was a lot of good food that I enjoyed. They started us off with like a thing of like fried octopus or whatever.
Yep.
We didn't even know what it was, but it tasted fucking amazing. And then they bring out the chicken, and we're
Mm.
like, "Oh, chicken. I love chicken. I don't know what's going on here, but like
Oh
we know
no.
chicken. We'll get some chicken."
Oh no.
I'm asking the lady with all the patience I can muster, please, what this is chicken, right? So yeah. I hear she say it's chicken and peas. I'm like, I don't know where the peas are, but sure. I
Oh
guess
no.
chicken and peas it is. Me and my family, all three of us, get a piece of chicken. We're like, this is a very strangely shaped soft chicken.
Oh no.
Bite into it. Bone. The skin tastes like pure grease. Oh, we all realize in unison. It's chicken feet.
Yep, I won't lie to you. I saw that coming.
Well, I didn't, and at the time I was very sad because I didn't know how that was gonna work. I thought that was gonna be like a $500 bill. I'm like, fuck, I gotta finish the food. Don't want to like have like an extra price because we didn't finish. Like it's a buffet.
Mm.
Though pleasant surprise, it was not like that. It was actually really cheap for what we got.
Huh.
So
I
I would go back again.
I will tell you right now. I went to an authentic Chinese restaurant in New York City, and here's my thing. I love
Mm.
the unique angle. I love to try new different things at restaurants. So I looked for the weirdest thing on the menu.
Mm.
And this thing, it contained first of all, it contained congealed duck blood. It gets
And
better.
it gets better.
Cow heart,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
tripe, and and the most horrible thing of all, spam.
You know, that's so fucking real. That is so
No,
fucking real. Spam
I
is on like mid as fuck.
I actually like spam. It's just that I thought
Oh,
it's
you are not my
funny.
enemy.
It's
Nah.
good in particular context. Like
Mm.
if you pan fry it and put a little mustard on it, it's fine. If you just ate it out of the can, I would
Well, if
question
you
your
ate it out of the
sanity.
can, you deserve to go into the fucking like seventh circle of
You
hell, bro. What are you doing?
you
We can
would
do
you
better
would
than this.
you'd probably just die. I assume of like
You spontaneously
trichinosis.
combust.
Uh, no, but and to top it all off, this dish, all of those other things could have been fine, including tripe, which is interesting because it's the only meat that I would accurately describe as fuzzy. Uh,
Uh,
yeah, that would have been fine, except it was covered with a mountain of hot, dried peppers. It was
oh.
enormous. And I left that night feeling so ill. I was angry. I was like freaking abusive after that because I was just so violently ill that I just had no tolerance for any shit at all. I was angry and I felt miserable the whole day. It ruined my day.
Well, I definitely had a better Chinese experience than that one.
That
'Cause
was that was the worst meal I've ever eaten in my life, hands down, no contest.
I guess that's what you get for experimentation. Because sometimes you get really good stuff. I
Yes.
love experimenting with food. I I have a specific disdain for picky eaters, but that is
Yes.
because my brother's a picky eater, so we don't usually get to do that kind of like experimental stuff.
Yep.
So I love doing I love taking the gamble.
Mm.
Though unfortunately, it does end up in those kind of situations.
Yeah, no, I think that chicken feed is a bit of a stretch for a gamble,
Mm.
especially if you don't expect it.
If I was expecting it, I would have given it the good old honest try and be like,
Mm.
all right, I messed up. Nah, I felt like I was tricked, but this was tricked by my own lack of understanding.
Would you ever try pickled pig's feet?
It's gonna be a hard bargain, but I would if I had the opportunity, it was just randomly presented in front of me, I would. But
Hmm.
if I was like, all right, I just got off work, man, I'm so hungry. I'm not gonna go to a fucking restaurant and be like, all right. You know what I'm really craving right now? Give me that pickled pig feet jar. Just put it on my fucking plate right now. Give me a straw. Never gonna happen. But if it was there, I'd try it.
Yeah, sure, why not? I would. I think I would. I like to think I would try it. I might not, given the context, but uh, okay. What's the strongest reaction you've ever had to a movie?
Mm. Okay. um, Probably not the answer you're gonna expect. I I don't really see movies often. I'm not
Hmm.
much of a movie person,
Hmm.
which is strange because I don't know what it is about the movies. My brain probably perceives as like it takes too long or whatever, but then I will sit through like 4 hours of anime, which is longer.
Hmm.
I don't know, but I've enjoyed the occasional movie, especially going out with friends. So my like strongest reaction to a movie is when we as a friend group collectively went to see the Minecraft movie in theaters
Oh dear.
and we're just waiting for the scenes to happen. Like we see Jack Black and Jason Momoa in the fucking ring. We see all the zombies around, shit falling from the sky. We're just waiting for the whole theater to erupt. Chicken
Yep.
jockey! And then the crowd went mild. They didn't weren't nearly as excited, and that disappointed me.
Oh. Oh God. Yeah. No. I'm happy to say that I have not seen the Minecraft movie.
It is a great movie if you're not there to see a good movie. It's like what's the other like famously bad movies like The Room,
The Room. Yep.
but
Have you
yeah,
have you ever been to see a live not performance, a live viewing of The Room?
I have never. I would love to.
You absolutely must. I have been to it twice. Uh, the first time nobody showed up. The second time was at my college. Both Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero showed up. And I gave Tommy Wiseau a high five and then washed my hand immediately afterwards. Because I don't know where the fuck that hand's been.
It's been inside the room, clearly.
I've seen pictures of that man's ass. I don't want to touch anything near the man.
No, I would absolutely love to. Like, how? What? When you say live viewing, what do you? Is it like a drive-in
Uh,
theater or like a recreation?
no, it's like you go to the movie theater. There are
Uh,
lots of people. They're dressed up as characters from The Room. There's like the woman wearing Lisa's red dress, etc., etc.
mm.
Whenever you see spoon art in the movie, people will shout spoons and throw plastic spoons at the screen. You have hecklers in the audience who will shout, and a lot of them are pretty good. I have since discovered I am not good at heckling. I am garbage at it. I tried it. Somebody else in the audience yelled at me to shut up.
That's so funny. Fucking actually getting a boo from the audience is insane. I would
I
die.
I know. I'll tell you what, it hurts your soul. It's an important learning experience because you learn about yourself that way, but it also hurts your soul. Uh,
I can't imagine Jack in a just random ass movie theater with people actually going, get a load of this guy.
yeah, but if you ever get the chance to see it, I highly recommend it. It's a great experience,
Those
definitely.
are the best kind of movie experiences for me. Is like the because there you can have like the actual good movie where everyone's in silence, fucking suspense, like holy shit, fucking bawling your eyes out. But I love the opposite end where it's just like no one's taking it seriously, and that's what makes it great. That's what makes the
Yes.
event. Because that's the only reason I went to like see the Kung Fu Panda or the Mario movie and the Minecraft movie. All those movies that are like, well, I think Kung Fu Panda might have been like an exception, but like movies you didn't expect to be good at all, and it's like, what are they doing? What are we doing this moment? It's the fifth Kung Fu Panda. You're making a movie of Mario the second time. Remember the first time it came around? So you just get all the people that are just like in it to see it burn. And then sometimes it surprises you, and sometimes it meets your expectations. And then you're all just like communally laughing, like, fuck yeah.
Man, Jack Black is not getting a good reputation from this conversation, is
Nah, he was the highlight of the fucking movie.
he? Oh boy. Okay. What's something crazy that you might do someday?
Something crazy. Something crazy. I guess I would like to do again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would really call it crazy, but like in my music club in my old college, I had like a few opportunities to like play on stage, quote unquote, properly.
Hmm.
That was a few years ago now, so was not nearly as good as I was then,
Hmm.
which is I hope to always be the case. I always want to be improving,
Hmm.
but I would like to try that again with like more experience and now actually having more songs written under my belt. I would love to be able to have that experience one day. It's like, oh, maybe I get good enough. I have enough songs. I can actually make like a set of like instead of doing covers, I'm doing my own work, and then have I guess people react to that and see how that works out.
Hell yeah. That sounds like it'd be awesome.
Because I never had that opportunity. I just did like covers because
Hmm.
I was still learning I'm still learning what a music is. So we just did like uh actually that's how I got introduced to Arctic Monkeys. Is that
Hmm.
my bandmate at the time showed me one of their songs and we had to learn that as a cover to play. And funnily enough is one of my lesser liked Arctic Monkeys songs, but it got me into it and I ended up liking the band a whole lot more.
Hmm. It's kind of funny because sometimes a band their most popular song is actually not even their best one. It's kind of like and then you hear the rest of it and it's like this is great. Why didn't this become like the number one hit? Uh, okay. Uh, can you think of a fond memory from your school days?
Hmm. I okay. The first one to I was trying to think of like a better one, but one that came to mind immediately that I think is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
In the moment, I was pissed because I was like, this is a false accusation. I need a fucking lawyer. In in hindsight, that was in elementary school. That's funny as fuck that happened in the first place. Um, because going back to how I grew up, I kept to myself a lot. But this at this stage in elementary school, I was getting my friends. I was like being more outgoing.
Mm-hmm.
But in that time, I was always like, oh man, there's like nothing to do, whatever. I'm just gonna learn a bunch of skills.
Hmm.
One of those was origami. I
Hmm.
just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna do origami and have all these origami videos. I still remember my fucking origami sensei, fucking Jeremy Schaefer origami. I watched that shit so many times.
Wow.
And so I just ended up making like shit in class. I was bored.
Hmm.
At the lunch table, I basically started like a black market because people sometimes want like the stars or whatever, or just want to see me do shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I make a paper sword. This isn't even origami at this point. It was just like paper weapons making. And at that lunch table, a teacher's aide sees me constructing the sword, unsheathing it, and sends me to the principal's office because I have a
Oh.
weapon. Because I had a
Oh.
weapon, a piece of paper. I'm sorry, I was gonna give the school a
Oh.
fucking paper cuts. Whoops, my bad for fucking having fun.
Oh.
And it was
That's
specifically, it is terrible, and specifically just because one of my friends was like swinging around, like holy shit.
that's just gross, man. That's
It's
gross.
just so it was so dumb. I remember being so annoyed. It's like we really sent I was still eating lunch. You sent me to the principal's office
Uh,
because I made paper. And
mm,
I think even the principal at the time was the cool one
yeah.
and knew this was ridiculous. I was just like, I guess just don't do it again. I don't know,
Yeah.
some more school
Did
appropriate stuff.
did they tell your parents?
I don't remember if they did. I don't think they did. I think I was just like mildly in trouble. It was just the aide sending me,
Yeah.
and then the principal sending me right back.
Yeah, I remember in school you'd get in trouble if you had like a drawing of a gun.
Mm.
It just come on. Jeez.
And they're like, this kid's a fucking step beyond. He's a fucking terrorist.
Yeah, holy crap. What's something you've enjoyed in your life that you didn't expect to enjoy?
Something that I didn't expect to enjoy.
Hmm.
Kind of like this one might have to be the cop out answer of every hobby I've done, I guess.
Hmm.
Because I didn't expect to be doing music. I didn't I expected the art because I liked anime.
Hmm.
I didn't expect to be doing the music and like the whole lyric writing and anything.
Hmm.
And then by extension that making video like editing videos was like really satisfying. Like making I had to make them whole music videos myself, constructing like how I would form it was is very tedious, but when I actually did it, it was like really satisfying. Because I
Yeah.
didn't expect to be at this point when I was like in five. I thought I would be a manga. I thought I was gonna be the manga artist, and then we've taken a completely different turn.
I mean, you still drew an excellent avatar right there. So I don't
Mhm.
know. You at least accomplished it in a sense, I would say.
Oh, that reminded me. I never finished my thought. The I did end up making a manga in quotations. That was my homework assignment in high school,
Oh.
where I had to make like a some sort of self assigned final assignment. So
Hmm.
I'd made like a couple manga panels and like had like a 2-page comic. So I did do it, kind of. Not published, but the work is there.
Sometimes I feel like we're on assignment to do certain things from our childhood. It just takes us like 20 years to do it. So, what's your? I feel like you partially answered this, but what's your guilty pleasure movie?
Guilty pleasure movie?
Or if you want to take it in the direction of like anime, what's your favorite guilty pleasure anime? Maybe.
Probably like every isekai ever. I will not pass up an isekai for some reason. I'll be sitting at home and I'm just bored, wondering like
Hmm.
what can I consume today? I just want to break, whatever, relax. Going through my anime list,
Hmm.
searching like what are like the really popular ones that are this season. Like I think at the time ReZero had just finished or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Like I could watch that. Um the Bunny Girl Senpai anime, love that shit. Really funny title because it's misleading because it is so actually much more heart-wrenching than the title suggests.
Mm-hmm.
Skip all of it. What's the latest isekai slob?
Hmm.
Reincarnated as a fucking vending machine. Fuck it, why not? I got a night to spare.
I isekai is such a crazy genre to me because there are some ones that do it really well and they have
Mm.
the writing is on point and they have plots which is not a given with isekai. And then you have like the other side which is just the most generic thing imaginable. The
I've
guy
been reincarnated for the 105th time. I can kill everything with a sneeze. I
yeah.
get all the
I
ladies,
he
whatever.
I attract all of the women by being vaguely nice to them.
Yes, waiter, 100 more of those tonight. I
uh,
don't know. It never gets boring. It should be boring, but it never gets less satisfying for some reason.
do you have a least favorite isekai? I'm just curious. Do you have a least favorite isekai?
Mm, le- it has. I know it has to exist but because it exists, I probably don't remember it. Because my least favorite one is probably one you wouldn't remember.
That's true.
I've had these kind of thoughts before as well. It's like I don't they're the most egregious an anime can be is unremarkable. Because if
Yes.
it's really hilariously bad, it turns to the point where it's good again. And then you're like, oh, this is a train wreck. I love watching it. Or it's like, oh, this is actually really good. If it's unremarkable, this shit's under the radar and you don't even remember that you watched it. That is the worst thing a piece of media could probably do for you, is be forgettable.
Yeah. I think that there have been instances where something excuse me where something was so unremarkable that it became remarkable in a way how boring it was. But yeah, most of the time it's like they say the opposite of love is indifference, not hate.
Mm.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of boring ones out there, but there's a lot of really good ones though that I really like.
I
D-
think one of them that is in that category. I actually haven't seen it. It was rather word of mouth that my friend told me.
Hmm.
because I remember watching the original whatnot. It was Demon Lord Retry, I think, where it's
Hmm.
like the this is describing these animes is gonna be like which one? There's hundreds of them.
Yeah.
But the long haired like dad character that like smokes a lot and is like taking care of a child basically becomes a dad.
Yep.
That one that apparently had another season. I'm like, holy shit, they're continuing it. I think that one was terrible because it wasn't even a continuation. I think it was like actually redoing like the first season.
Hmm.
Which after all these bro, just fucking continue. Why are we doing this again? Why are you doing it but doing it worse? So from what I heard from my friend, it was like, damn, that's disappointing. I kind of like that one, and now they just did it again worse, and that's probably gonna mean we don't get a season two. Damn.
There was this one where they had the first season, and I'm forgetting the name of. I think it was like something Paladin, and
Oh, the Faraway Paladin.
yeah, and season one of that was great. The
I
writing,
loved it.
the writing was great. The character development was great. Um, then season two, something happened. I don't know what happened, but it was awful. It was dreadful. They completely abandoned the isekai element of it altogether. It plays no relevance in season two whatsoever. Uh, the fact that he was reborn, totally irrelevant. And they got rid of all of the great characters from season one and kept only the main character around, who goes on some sort of generic fantasy adventure, and it's pointless.
Mm,
I couldn't stand that. Ah,
that is the most egregious thing an isekai can do is like the forgetting the fact that it's an isekai. At that point, they just want to write a fantasy, but
I
ran out, but don't know the tools to make the good fantasy.
I have a feeling that there was a reason for that. Like maybe they ran out of material or something and made it up, or they just
Mm,
abandoned the source material altogether. I don't know what happened, but all I know is
like
season
a
two.
Full Metal Alchemist or an Akame ga Kill type scenario.
Wait, Akame ga Kill got they left the source material.
Oh, if I'm thinking of the right one, not Kill a Kill, Akame ga Kill with
Akame. Oh, yes, you're right. I was thinking Kill la Kill. I was thinking Kill la Kill.
no.
Kill la Kill
I've
was
had this
very tight.
conversation.
I'd be surprised if they
Kill a
abandoned it.
Kill's an original, I fans. That's just
Yeah,
Trigger original. Yeah,
yeah.
that is the source material.
Okay,
I've had
Akame
this
ga Kill.
conversation before where I had friends confusing. It's like they confused Akame and Kill.
Yeah. No, Akame ga Kill. I totally get that. I understand that 100% because. Sorry, I was interrupting. You were saying about it.
That it was one of those where like just completely abandons the source material and pissed me off because after learning what like the actual ending is or like what it could have been, what it was setting up to, it's like
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing in this anime? It's just like the worst outcome of all. I'm
Hmm.
gonna go on a tangent where I just remembered another anime that is like completely pissed me because this wasn't like an isekai that pissed me off. This
Go
was
for it.
a just anime that pissed me off or just like kind of left you feeling empty.
Yes.
Is other anime adaptation from the guy that made Death Note,
Hmm.
Platinum End. I think that's what it was called,
Mm-hmm.
where it was the death game where they're trying to decide who becomes the next god. Is actually saying out loud is like, oh, that how many of these have happened? You got fucking Future Diary. That's the same shit.
Hmm.
Um, but in Platinum Men, it's like, oh, like God comes down and it's like, all right, these selected people are gonna, you have this fucking diamond over your head or whatever. You shit, kill each other and decide who becomes God. And then, oh, this is gonna be spoilers. So
Go for it.
go for it. All right. Spoilers for Platinum End. Such bullshit because after all this work of this dude has is like fighting for his life. Our protagonist is fighting for his life just to live a happy life.
Hmm.
Goes through all this hardship, all this strife, gets the girl, has a good few years of peace. But the guy that became God was a kid that basically fell into Scientology and was like, you know what? Maybe humanity doesn't deserve to fucking live. I'm like, why? Just
Ugh.
because. First, who made the kid God? The players. Why do we think this is a good idea? He was getting fucking drilled propaganda by some random scientists like maybe humanity is already forsaken or whatever. There is no meaning in life, and he just becomes that stoic, uh I don't know what the word is, but just so listless and disinterested in life that he becomes God, kills himself, and the world ends. And then everyone's
Jeez.
like, so this was so and so's decision. So be it. The fuck you mean so? Who let this happen?
Why do that? That's stupid.
The lit- the whole plot line coming up, the whole ending is just so fucking strange. Just to let, oh, God kills himself, that by extension everyone else lose the ability to live and exist because they were God's creation. And then you get the random hint that the angel that was assisting our protagonist has some deeper knowledge, and we never get any, like, look into that.
Oh man.
Shitty
Yeah.
anime,
Yeah.
wasted my time.
Yeah, no, I felt similarly about Akame ga Kill because I remember watching that and they set up the first episode of that show was freaking wild because it did the subversion of expectations thing really well and they go a few episodes in and they set up these great characters and you learn to like the characters and then the second half of the show they just systematically kill everyone
Every
off,
single one.
every single one of them for no fucking reason.
And that would be fine, kind of. It's like, all
It
right, your crime is being a bad anime, and where we didn't like this ending, okay, but at least that was the author's intent, right? Right? Wrong. The entire source material, none of that shit fucking happens. Maybe some of it happens, I don't know, but like they don't end that way. They just
just
completely butchered it for some reason.
just why that was painful. I'm glad to know that the source material does not end that way because that was just one of the biggest letdowns. Uh,
Mm.
we're I mean, if we're talking about letdowns, and I know I'm gonna give the controversial take here. Gurren Lagann. I hated
Oh.
the end of Gurren Lagann.
Oh, I
I
never watched Gurren Lagann. I only watched a few episodes. I never got to finish that one.
you know what? If you get so far as only watching the first half, I would say you're better off. Uh,
That has to be a controversial. I thought that one's like really loved.
it's really loved, but I have particularly the last episode. I have very strong feelings on it. Um,
Can you give a spoiler-free version of why you dislike it?
um, it gives a message, and I think that the message is trite and unnecessary. Uh,
That's funny.
anyway, uh, would you ever talk to a stranger unprompted in a public setting?
Um, I don't. It would depend, I guess, because all right, I'm imagining what in unprompted situation. Because I'm imagining, okay, if it's like, oh, I need directions. No, that's a form of prompt. You need to do something. So I wouldn't necessarily be afraid of like talking to strangers. It's just like, do I feel the need to bother? Because like, if I don't need anything from you, usually I'm out because I'm on a mission. I'm going to go somewhere.
Hmm.
So I guess that tends to not really happen for me.
Okay. What's your earliest memory?
Earliest mem Oh, this is I have a really early memory, which I'm still not sure if it's a memory or like a dream I had. I have two earliest memories, which is strange because I view them categorically different. Because there's the first memory, which is the earliest one, of I vividly remember being in my old apartment as a baby, and for some reason my mom is like giving me a bath in the kitchen sink and we have like relatives over.
Yep.
I cannot tell you if that's actually a memory or that was like a dream, but that felt like one of my earliest memories. Like, oh, why do I remember that? So it might have happened. But the second earliest memory I remember is like probably the day I gained my consciousness. And I just remember waking up in my room of that old apartment and just being like, "Oh, I'm here, I guess." I remember like waking up, like analyzing my surroundings, like, "Oh, so this is where I live. Oh, that's a beanbag I have. Sit on the beanbag." Just like, "Huh, this is life." And then like go back to bed. And then promptly after that, I think during that day I watched Shrek 2, which probably might be why Shrek 2 is one of my favorite movies ever.
it's
Is
that
it is
is
such a good movie.
that is such a weird thing to hear someone say, and it signifies that you are indeed much younger than me, because I remember when the first Shrek came out. I
I've watched Shrek 1, but like it just pales in comparison to Shrek 2 because its climactic finish is just like so it just feels so perfect to me.
Well, let me tell you this as a little backstory.
Mhm.
There was in Shrek 1, one of the songs most prominently featured was called All Star by Smash Mouth.
Yes.
And if you were not of the time, there was a year when that song came out where everything was that song. Everything was All Star by Smash Mouth. It was the most wild thing. Everybody knew the lyrics, everybody knew how to sing along to it. It was ubiquitous in society. It was crazy. And then the movie came out, and the song had almost run its course by then. So it was like, oh, okay, well, it was that song, the song that everybody already knows. I've always been tickled by just the grip that song had on society. It made Gangnam Style look like nothing by comparison. It was
That is
crazy.
a bold claim. You drive a hard bargain fucking Gangnam Style? Well,
Yeah.
everyone knows All Star, but like everyone knows Gangnam Style, everyone knows Psy.
I think that if people have memories of that time period, I think they would agree. I'll say that much. Uh, okay.
Bro, and Psy's still making bangers to the well, I don't know to this day, but like, bro, he has so many other fucking funny songs like that. I got it from my daddy, and the fucking Snoop Dogg, fucking hangover, 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 hangover.
Okay. What animal would you bring back from extinction?
Mmm. This is where my knowledge of animals fails me.
Okay.
I remember looking at this question over, and I I remember thinking of a funny answer that I don't even know if it's right. But what's that animal the Australians lost to? Bring that one back, and we have a round
Oh,
two.
emus. I'm afraid that emus are still very much around.
Well, shit. So they can have their lick back right now.
Do you know how the emu war ended?
No,
They
I know.
built
I think in Australia's failure is what I remember.
the whole point of the emu wars was that emus were destroying crops, and
Hmm.
so it's the first solution that they came up with was to kill all the emus, which they couldn't
Mm-hmm.
do, so they ended up just building taller fences. So they launched an expensive astronomical war, and then just ended up building taller fences to keep the emus out.
Why wasn't that the first option? Why was it nuclear fallout the first idea?
I don't know.
They just really fucking hate emus. Mosquito. That's the that
Okay.
wrong question. I was gonna say extinct the mosquitoes. That is the opposite of what the question was.
Yeah. Okay, let's see some extinct animals. We have the woolly mammoth, we have the dodo bird, we have all of the dinosaurs, unless you count chickens if you're one of the people
Bring
that counts it.
I
Uh,
bring back. I don't. I think they're still around, but I remember. I think we assumed they were extinct. Was bring back those fucking the blue macaws from Rio.
I'm not familiar with those. Let me just do a quick.
Um, Remember I think that was the whole plot of the Rio movies. Those blue birds were like really rare and like on the verge of extinction. And I think
Ah.
a few years ago, we like had finally declared like these animals are extinct. But I feel like I have a vague memory that they actually like found more of the blue macaws, so they might not actually be extinct. But if they are, bring those back.
Oh, they're pretty
Just because
cute.
that's a childhood memory.
They look happy. They look like happy birds. Uh, I wouldn't mind bringing those back, even if they're not extinct yet. Uh,
Then we get Rio 3.
what's your favorite thing you ever cooked yourself?
Mmm. What one of the one dishes I'm most proud of is that one of my favorite foods to eat at a Peruvian restaurant is lomo saltado. So one day I was like, I really want like a lomo saltado right now. But wait, I'm not gonna go to a freaking restaurant to like do that. So what I think that week we actually just bought meat and I was like, what do we want for meat? Let's bring some steak.
Hmm.
And I actually like we got the steak, the potatoes and everything, and I made that shit myself, I think with like the green sauce you get at the Peruvian restaurants as well.
Yep.
And that shit was amazing.
I've I've never actually been to a Peruvian restaurant.
You should. It is like the best food around. My two favorite foods. Anytime I want to go like celebrate for something, either Peruvian or sushi.
Okay, so I'm going to ask a very American question now. What's the
All right.
difference between Peruvian food and Mexican food?
Mmm. Mmm. That's actually a hard question for me to answer because I'm not Mexican, so I wouldn't know
Well,
that much about
you you
Mexican food. It's not
you've eaten
tacos, I can tell you
Mexican
that.
food though before, haven't you?
I mean, I can tell it's not like tacos because that like there are like proper tacos that like the Mexicans make.
Okay.
That's not Peruvian is uh I was gonna say derived from poverty, but I think that's probably most Latin countries. Because I think
Yeah.
a lot of Peruvian food will literally I my Spanish not native, so I don't really understand these words, or rather, I
Mm-hmm.
never thought to understand them.
Yep.
So thinking back on it, I'm pretty sure one of the staple Peruvian foods is called bistec a lo pobre, which I think is like some meat of the poor.
Mm.
And it's like what, like a whole rotisserie chicken, French fries. There's a lot of French fries in Peruvian food,
Hmm.
and like a thing of rice or like a salad.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's like a very common Peruvian food.
I'm curious to know what it is. If it's called the meat of the poor. I mean,
I'm
I won't lie to you. If in any other context I would be like, oh, I'm not sure about that.
I I'm about to, I've always had that in the back of my mind. Pobre in English. I'm fairly sure it's just calling it like just yep, poor. The
Yeah.
meat of the poor. Or more or like meat a la poor.
Hmm.
Meat a la poverty. Because I guess it's just like whatever you have. Because I fairly sure is like Peru is like a very
Well,
mountainous place. I remember my dad telling me stories of like how he grew up as like
yeah.
very much a like poverty stricken country, as far as my knowledge and his stories have informed me.
Well, I mean, America has its history with poor meals too. I mean, you know about
Mm.
struggle meals. Obviously, you've heard of that.
Yeah.
But there was like you have a lot of interesting things were created during the Great Depression, based around people trying to get around poverty. Like you didn't have apples, so you made mock apple pie, which was basically just
Mm.
crackers with like lemon juice, I think, more or less.
That is so sad.
Well, yeah. I mean, God, they had something called water pie, which
That's
was
what I was thinking of. I
yeah,
remember seeing this shorts creator that was like he's like his whole aesthetic is like 50s and that kind of like era inspired. So
yeah.
you like all those like the poor meals, all the like really strange outlandish meals that you see there. And the water pie was fucking diabolical.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally a pie crust filled with water, sprinkled with flour and sugar, and that's it. It's the craziest thing. I don't know. I don't know how you even come up with something like that.
Mm.
Eh, anyway, uh, what on the other side? What's the worst thing you've ever cooked yourself?
I burned eggs.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember when I was younger, I had I think I hadn't really learned to cook for myself yet. This is
Mm-hmm.
still my old apartment, so I was really young. And I think I was just like, I'm hungry. I don't want to wash the pan though. So I'm just gonna put a plate on the stove
Hmm.
and just cook it there so it'll just be finished when I'm done.
Oh God.
It did not turn out the way I expected. And I don't know if we had to throw that plate out. So
Ugh.
yeah, don't cook porcelain on the stove.
Yes. You would be very lucky if it didn't explode. Uh,
Well, it didn't. I've also exploded an egg in the microwave trying to reheat it, so
yeah.
the worst thing I've made is eggs.
Oh yeah, that's right. Eggs do explode if you put them in the microwave.
I learned that the hard way.
Oh God. I love how the microwave is like the ultimate experimentation machine. Uh,
I remember experimenting with tinfoil and that not a good idea.
yes. Early days of YouTube, there was a show called "Is It a Good Idea to Microwave This?" And that was classic YouTube right there. It
The
was
alternate version of Will It Blend?
yeah, yes. This actually preceded Will It Blend. Uh, Incidentally, I ended up buying Blend Tech as a wedding gift. Uh, hey, you know, I appreciate the man's work. That's all I'm gonna say. Uh, what's a food you strongly associate with your childhood?
Um, I hmm, I was gonna think of like some sort of ethnic food of like my family's cultures,
Mm,
but actually, what I associate the most with like childhood is like bologna because I remember just
mm,
not liking bologna. It was like my mom just kept buying it and buying it and like
mm.
vehemently against it, like this shit is ass. But obviously, as a kid, you're not saying this. You're just like, I don't
Yeah.
like it. It tastes yucky. And then I remember hating it so much that it's become like a go-to for like security questions.
What's your least favorite food? Oh, I
And
know.
also because it's hard to spell, so it's like Bologna.
Okay, you find 50 bucks in the street and there's nobody around to claim it. What do you buy with it?
If not food, that's just going straight to the Steam wallet. You know how hard money is to come by these days, bro. I get my all my money goes to bills. So if I just get a random $50, if not to bills, if not to food, it's going. We're waiting for a rainy day when a summer sale comes on or something, and then I'm gonna buy like 10 visual novels and not play any of them until like a few years down the line.
Nice. Uh, if you could wake up with one talent tomorrow, what would it be?
Mm. If I could wake up tomorrow and I was just like a professional singer, that would be great.
Oh yeah.
Because I've had the idea that like, it would be really cool to like do sort of like duet of like Vocaloid and human
Mm-hmm.
simultaneously.
Yep.
Because I think I've seen some people do that, and it's like such a cool way to, I guess, utilize yourself
Yep.
because it like singers can be hard to come by and also hard to control because as it's not your work that you're doing per se, it is someone else doing work and you're working together,
Hmm.
which has its own merits and like its own fun experience. But sometimes you're like, okay, but I what if I'm just doing this, there's no one around me right now, but I could just do it. Having that ability would be amazing. Just be like, all right, let me just hop in the booth real quick, blast something out. Boom, I got my demo, whatever, working on this, and then eventually to release. And then you're like, all right, now I need, what if I want two people in this song? I'm only one person though, but I still wanted to feel like a duet. Oh, I was a Vocaloid producer.
Hmm.
Boom. And then you just have that ability as well. And you're just like duetting with yourself and your previous medium. And it's like just a really cool combination. As and in practice, I think my biggest like citing for that is like that band the Leonid, which I'm not too familiar with like where that is from. I guess 'cause I feel like I've seen it a lot in like the like Miku games or whatever, the rhythm games that I didn't grow up with. I got into Vocaloid a lot later, but
Hmm.
like that kind of idea where it's like, oh, this band plus Miku and they're all singing. I like that idea a lot.
Hmm. Out of curiosity, do you have a favorite producer, a favorite music producer?
I outside of already mentioning like Muse and Arctic Monkey, they're not necessarily the producers themselves anyway. They're
Yeah.
like just the band.
Hmm.
On the Japanese side, I really liked Wada Takeaki
Mm-hmm.
because I think he was one of my also like on the Japanese side, my inspirations for my music as well.
Hmm.
So like a lot of his and that same thing where he was a Vocaloid producer turned singer and still like does the production or still is making the music.
Hmm.
That's why I really admired like that ability to be like the jack of all trades.
Hmm.
So that's why I always like gathering these skills. Like I want to be able to do this, do that, do this, and I have like full creative control of the vision so I can see it in the direction I want.
Nice. Uh, which decade's aesthetic vibes with you the most?
Mm, I would say um probably like 80s or like the early 2000s, like that Fruity
Hmm.
Gear Arrow type thing, but not necessarily the Fruity Gear Arrow, but the kind of like early 2000s aesthetic
Hmm.
is pleasing, and also just like just the popping of the 80s is also really satisfying to look at, like the fashion and whatever, a
Hmm.
lot more brighter than the very mono future we live in now.
I I've never liked the color gray, and I like it so much less today than I did back then. Uh,
My mom loves white and I hate
White is okay enough, so long as it's not like everything. But
Oh, that's what she
gray,
loves. She wants the house to be an asylum, basically.
no, but it's gray that I have the real problems with, because
Mm.
gray is like makes me want to rip my hair out. Uh,
Now, my dislike color is like green, or like a really like yellowy green.
oh, okay, yep. Okay, I can kind of see that because it's kind of like I don't know, it's like the like almost like urine color.
Or like some sort of sickly. I like the more like neon green, closer to. And what would that be like? Blue on the color wheel, kind of
Hmm.
like a Splatoon green.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can certainly see that. Uh, do you collect anything?
Um, hmm, Not as of recent. I remember my friends and I got really into Magic, so I was collecting those for a bit. There's not really things I can collect. Well, I get the kind of because of how I was raised. We're very poor family,
Yeah.
so we didn't really have the luxury of being able to collect stuff like that.
Mm.
So unfortunately, no. But if I had exposable income, oh bro, I would have like the bookshelves and everything with whatever random bullshit throughout the years, like
Nice.
whatever figures or cards or whatnot merchandise. Like oh my god, Steins Gate, whatever, definitely copping that just for the hell of it. That's why I got like recently my recent collection just began with like the getting the Muse CD and the thing of pics from the concert.
Oh wow, nice. Uh, and my final question of the interview: what smell reminds you of home? Oh dear.
This is this is a really funny question because I realized it is specifically designed against me by accident. I don't really have a sense of smell.
Believe it or not, you are not the first person to say that on this show.
Oh, that is great. I recently discovered in the doctor that I apparently have something they call polyps in my nose, which is why after all these years I have such a weak sense of smell. Unless it's right in front of me, you don't really smell it.
Oh.
So I get the smell of nothing, I guess, is my answer. Because until I get that surgery, that nothing is coming through.
Oh wait, wait. So that means that you can potentially get a sense of
I
smell.
can get a sense of smell. It will become stronger, and hopefully my ears open up more so I just hear more. That'd be nice.
Wow. That hey, I here's hoping that plays out for you.
Hope
That
so.
you get to be like one of those people in the YouTube videos. You know the videos where they have like the colorblind glasses,
Yeah,
and they
blind man,
start crying and
man
shit.
sees for the first time. I'm gonna be the topic of a Mr. Beast video.
Oh boy. Well, anyway, that's all I have for today. It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Um, I, I
Likewise.
I hope we get to out again soon.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
and if you are in the audience right now, thank you for coming by. I hope that you've had a good time. You will find links to all of Auth's various socials in the description to this video. Be sure to follow him and be sure to listen to his music because I'm most certainly going to listen to his music after this. Um, and with that, I was your host, Jack Chinseki, and joining me today was Auth. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Thank you for having me.